always have to be treated. A lot of kids are living with it, and they're just fine. So do you think like most of the kids would try, or the kids and their parents would try to like get a cure, find a cure or something along those lines? Or do you think they just live with
treat
it?
the symptoms?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people choose to treat the symptoms just because it's such a physical manifestation of what they're feeling inside. So some people can be stressed and nobody would ever know it. But a person with Tourette's is stressed and then they've developed a tic or something that's causing attention to come to them. And so, especially in like the adolescent group and, your older teens, sometimes the least amount of attention, the better. And I think it's really unsettling for parents when they have young kids with tics. Like, why are they doing that? What did I do? Is it something I've done? Is there anything I can do different? I want them to stop that, because, and then when you find out it's stress related, what kind of stress? Is it our home? Is it me? Did I do something in pregnancy? Or that, what can we do just to make this stop? We just want this to stop. So I think that there's a component of let's just stop this. And if I can take a pill every day, one pill, whatever, and it manages this, great. But I do think there's a huge push for research in Tourette's because, as you know, the pills don't always control the symptoms totally.
Do you know what, the most common, what's the most common thing that they would put someone with Tourette's on, or just regular tics on?
It's usually a benzodiazepine, which is centrally acting in your mind to relax you. So it seems like that's the first one. And then the next one is SSRIs, or select serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which is a neurotransmitter in the brain, which just tells your brain to be less stressed. One interesting thing, though, about serotonin is 90% of it's produced in the gut or in your duodenum. So the healthier your stomach, the more serotonin you have available. So people who are anxious or have high stress loads or eat spicy foods or, anything that disrupts the mechanism or function of the stomach might not have that soothing serotonin oil in your car presence like somebody who does have a healthy stomach. So that's interesting. A lot of functional medicine practitioners think you should treat the stomach first and then do everything else.
Mm-hmm. So like when they're on the medicine, would that ever like get rid of it completely, or is it like half and half, or do they always have it? It's always with them?
I don't know of anybody. I've known of people to outgrow Tourette's types or tics. Lots of kids have tics. Kids. And then parents will get their, they'll do this, or something, and then parents will get their eyes checked, and then pretty soon they don't have it anymore. But if you really were to get into it, it would be a stress, inducing event, like going to school or hard teacher or whatever the case. But as adults have it, I think you're going to be medicated.
Okay. So it's not really many adults have it. It's mainly pediatric.
I believe it's more of a pediatric, but don't quote me on that. I would have to look up the statistics. But for my practice, I've never diagnosed anybody with Tourette's, and I wouldn't. I would diagnose them with a tic, and then I would send them to a psychiatrist or a psychologist who would say, oh yes, this is definitely Tourette's. And then usually they would start a medicine to try to control that. Because as far as knowing exactly why it's there and how to treat it, I don't know that there is an answer yet. And I think we do that in a lot of things. We treat the symptoms when we don't know the cause.
All right. That's pretty good.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Good. What was I going to say?